Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 120. And today we're doing something a little different. We're coming at you a little bit different of an angle here. And I'm going to show you how to play Patience by Guns N' Roses, the song and the guitar solo, and some of the little licks in here. So I'll get to that right in a second. But first I want to say hello to some of my friends here in the chats. Thanks for joining me here on a special Monday. Usually, did I say Sunday? I'm all discombobulated. So I'll give you a round of applause. Hello, Bobby. So good to see you. Give you some applause. Hopefully everything works. This is kind of a little different here. And Where Panda. So good to see you. Let me know here in the chat if you could hear everything. If you could hear my guitar. We're going to be, well, first of all, good morning, good afternoon. It's 12:01 here in Brooklyn, New York, Eastern Time. I will put a time code in the description if you want to get right to the lesson. But I just want to say hello here and have a sip of my coffee. Hopefully you're drinking something good. I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. I forgot who it was exactly who suggested that I give a tutorial on this. Was it you, Where Panda? I'm sorry about that. So much has been on my mind the last few days. I was just got back from Florida yesterday. I was there for 2 days doing a rehearsal. And have to shoot out somewhere right after this, so we'll get to it. We'll try to be as thorough as possible with this. But I'm going to use my video that I did, because I did a cover of Patience about a year or so ago, and I couldn't find my Pro Tools session of it. So I figured, why not? I've been using this setup with my What's the Hook show, where I show videos like this. So I'm going to show my own video. So hopefully it works out good, and you can hear it, and it sounds good. So let's go ahead and play along with some of the beginning of this, and then we'll break it down, and we'll show you. But first of all, I am tuned down a half step, because this original version, it is tuned like a half step down. Like, so all your strings will have to be a half step flat. So if you want to just tune to it real quick, I'll give you an E. It's right here, E. An A. D. It's a quick tune. A G. B. So it's basically standard tuning, but everything's just dropped down a half step. So we're in E flat tuning. All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot here. Let's give it a play, shall we? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let me show you the beginning riff. We start off with the C chord. So basically it's just a C chord. Then I hit the high E right here. And then I play, which is on the B string, the D note, C. So you have a C chord. You hit the high open E note. Then hit the G. So you really don't even have to play those. You can just play the C. Just C to G. But I believe this is what slash is doing. It goes to the A. Of course, I would go out of tune right at the beginning of this. Let's get it right here. It's live. That's what we do. Here we go. So we have a A major. And then a little lick right here goes to G note. Oops. So what's cool about that is that over that C chord, it goes to a G. It's playing like a lick in G major. And then it goes to a G chord. Then it does another lick in G major. Very similar to the Eagles in Hotel California riff, this riff. So the first lick, it goes to a G note on the B string. And then it bends up to a B. Then you hit the D note on the E string. Very classic, like country blues lick. Yeah. So, in that part, what you're doing is bending up on the B string from the A note to a B. Then you're playing a chromatic riff from the B up to the D. I keep messing up hitting that note. Then it goes hitting the A note because it goes to an A chord. Then it goes while it's still over the A. Slash is really good at this stuff. A real throwback in the blues genre. Really targeting, like any good guitar player would do, it really just targets those chords, those notes really nicely in the solo. So you have over the A chord. And then doing like a double stop riff where he's playing just basically from the 7th fret to the 9th fret on the G string and the E string. Just fretting down these notes. See, a very popular thing to play in blues and in rock is this little lick right here. Over this, like any chord you could do it over. You hear it a lot, like everybody plays. It's a very standard riff. Over an A, over a G, you can go. Over an E, you go. You always see everybody plays that, right? And so does Slash. So when he plays the A chord, he hits that note, and then. So we have the. The A, and the F, and then the D. And he's doing that same lick right there over the D chord, right here. They're basically called sixth because they're 6 degrees apart. And over the D, you would normally have this position. in a blues context, you'd have it like that. Because you're kind of counting, like, the blues is kind of like a 5-chord vamp where it's like D. You would think like a 4, 3, 2. That's like the harmony of it. So once you know that harmony, which you will know, you'll know how these licks come into play. So, okay. So let's run through that and we'll continue a little bit to the verse. Run that lick again. Okay. Let's take it from top. So like. Banging out the chords. All right, so the verse. Same thing as basically as the beginning. So, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, all that groovy stuff. If you're enjoying this, please do so. Let me know if you're catching all this. If everything's good, if you're playing along with me or not. So we got the verse. We're like, should say 'cause I'm missing you. So a G chord. So you have a C. Where I'm playing the D note on the B string. It's a C chord. Then I hit the B note. I hit open B here. Open A, G. So I hit a C. G. A. To a D. You can do a little chromatic run up to it, from the A to the D, which is a C, C sharp, D. Try that verse. C, E minor. G, D. So, pre-chorus.
Sad woman, take it slow. Things will be just fine.
It's basically a C, G, C, E minor, C, D. Does that twice.
Sugar, make it slow.
Yeah, I look like that guy.
Come together. All we need is just a little patience.
Brown hair. I think what I'm hitting right there is a something like that. Let's go back and hear that again. That lick right there. Yeah, so the second time I'm hitting just the octaves there. First time I'm sliding up to an A. It's hitting a, so it's hitting the A on the D string. Or well, I'm hitting that. And hitting the D on the high E string. Guess I'm just picking it here. Picking the A note, and I'm with my finger on my right hand, I'm plucking that. The next time, hitting a two octave D here. Actually, no, I'm hitting the was it the 11th fret on the G string? It's the A sharp. It's a third and third here, and the F sharp. You know, intonation on acoustic guitars is not so perfect all the time. Bear with me on that one. Let's hear those licks. Might even hit this in there. Where's that thing? Guitar response, because I'm tuned down too, so it's not really responding. Interesting. Let's continue.
Sit here on the stairs, 'cause I'd rather be alone. If I can't have you right now, I'll wait. Sometimes
That's pretty cool in the second verse. So the second verse is basically the same as the first.
can't have you right now.
Basically, that lick is it's like a D major, so it's hitting the D chord right here, hitting the D on the A string, the F sharp on the D string, and an open G. Then fretting the E note and the D note on the A string. Then sliding up to the sliding the E to the F sharp on the A string, and then the A note to the B note on the D string. So you have a looks like this. And that lick on the E, D. minor.
When I just use a little patience, set sugar to the tide, lights are shining bright. When I've got what it takes to make it, we won't fake it. Ooh, I'll never break it.
Comes the guitar solo.
I can't take it.
Okay. So the guitar solo. Basically, we have a. So the chords are C, G, C, like the pre-chords. G, E minor, C, D. Then we have a G, C. Same thing. E minor, C, to a D. So the licks basically follow the chords. So you have a, over the C, you're hitting a C note. G. He's targeting all these notes. C, C, G, C, E. C, G, D. Remember that lick again over the D? You could do the same riff over every chord. And he's just playing part of it. So it's like. So we have the. That's on the E string. C note, B note. Bending down to the G, to the G note here. Bending up on the B string. The A to a B. Yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Hopefully you're following me here so far. You're enjoying this. Definitely happy to be here with you on a Monday afternoon. So we have a double up on it. To the E note. To the D. E, D, and then doing that lick. Doing a double stop here on the 12th and 14th fret to the 13th fret. Or the 10th fret and the 11th fret here. So you got 12, 14, 12, 10 on the E, and 11 on the G string. Here's the cool lick, like the Eagles lick, I call it. And what that is, over the same chords again. Very famous lick where you're playing, you're bending up to the third, the fifth, C, over the C chord, over the G. Same thing. You take the second. It's something you can apply in your own playing too. Whatever chord you're playing. You're playing a C chord. Over G. So he's doing it. See? Good. Over the E minor chord. hitting an E. E minor scale. Back to the C. So yeah, over the E chord. So you have the E minor. That's just an E note on the G string. Then you go up to the B string, to the 8th and 10th fret, bending up to the 12th fret, and then so you're doing a bending up the B string, 10th fret to the 12th fret, and tapping on the 10th fret, bending up again to the 12th fret. And then down here we're going on the B string, the D to the E, G string, the B note to the A, and then the D string. It's like a minor into the major. F to F sharp, A, D. It's very country type of. So it's on all over a D chord. And then over the D. So these are all licks over the D chord. Taking the third of the chord. Taking the third F sharp. Or I think I did it over here. Hey Ritesh, what's happening? Can you recommend any Italian songs that has great tremolo picking? Probably the theme of The Godfather. That'd be the first one that comes to mind, right? You know, definitely. I don't have the right pick for that. I need more of a pointy pick for the tremolo. Definitely Godfather. Alright, so let's finish this one up. We got the solo here. And let's run that one more time right here. The D, C, G, C, E minor, C, G, D. Alright, so that tail end of the song is a D chord, low F sharp to a G. So basically, you're just taking the D chord, you're playing like a Hendrix thing where you're taking your thumb and throwing it over to the third, which is the same as this high note, but it's leading to this G chord. So you have a G. Just a little patience. Yeah. And I did a lick where it's what is it? was that little lick right there? It's a. I have to watch myself do it. I don't remember. To D. To the third. Then you have this thing. So you're basically just sliding up to a D, 2 octaves, one on the G string, one on the D on the E string, then up to the third, to the F sharp. Then you're doing this. And it's part of that whole like standard stock lick that's over D that we've been doing. You can look at it as like, over these chords, it's like a 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, and that's like an in-between chord. So if that's 5, that's 4, 3, 2, 1 into G. Which technically, that's kind of like the parent key of this harmony in the song. So it lands really nicely when it goes to the G chord, right there. Oops. What was I going to say? Ritesh. Let's see. Have you changed your live stream sessions? I think it was Saturday. Yeah, usually I do it every Sunday, but I couldn't do it yesterday because I was in West Palm Beach, Florida, doing a rehearsal for this new show that's coming up pretty soon, and so yeah, I could make it. So I'm back today or last night. So I'm doing it today, but usually every Sunday. You're right, at 12 o'clock. And thank you. Glad you loved this song. What is the process of feeding a metronome into your memory so that you could play at any tempo without any reference? Well, I don't know if I've never really thought about it that way. I just kind of, have a natural rhythm to some degree, but I don't know if I have any metronome beats per minute, like kind of embedded into my memory at any tempo without any reference. I think that after a while you just start to just kind of trust your own instincts and start to get a feel for a tempo. You could be in a situation where you're just anxious and you may just play faster, and that's really not a good thing especially if you're a drummer. So, yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah, but good question, though. But metronome practice is good, and I actually bought this when I was in Tampa last month. I needed a backstage tuner for this. I was playing in Busch Gardens for a week straight, and I needed a tuner. So I went over to Guitar Center. I bought this overpriced, but well worth it, strobe tuner. But it has a metronome and everything built into it. It's really worth it. It's got a great metronome with different rhythms and stuff, which I highly recommend. If you're into that, I put a link of that and all the gear I use in the description. And the description here for the video, so check that out if you're interested in that. Thank you, Ritesh. Thanks for hanging out with me here today on a Monday. So I have a little bit more. We'll finish this one up. We got that closing riff already. So the whole moral, I guess, of this solo would be Slash is awesome, and learning these licks over these chords, these cowboy chords, is very cool because he does pretty much the same type of licks over all of them. Like if you get these over C and over G. Then you'll have it down. Let's close this one out.
for the game, 'cause I need you. Yeah, well, I need you.
Here's change.
Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you. All this time.
All he's doing here is from back and forth from the D. Just a little patience, yeah. Ooh, I need you, need you. Just going F to G. Just introducing that F chord, which hasn't been in the whole song, which is not even in the key of the song. But it's beautiful, and that's why. To a D. Back to a G. And there's a cool riff here. So that riff is from a D to a G. And then you got to a high D up here. And all that lick is, you have the D, the G chord, and then the G note, F sharp note on the E string, D on the B string. Whoops. I don't even know what it is now. Oh, okay. There. A note on the G string. Let it ring out. Pull off to a D. Pull off to a D. So over the G chord. Try to let the notes ring out. Then you're hitting basically a D chord, but up here. Instead of down here. Same thing up here, up an octave. Hit the A note on the G string, pull off to the open G. 4th fret on the D string, F sharp, E, pull off to the D. Alright. Utesh. Secret of playing, practicing solos without a metronome. Man. Just kind of having that's a whole nother topic, whole nother lesson. But really using a good pick, kind of like a jazz 3, which I use the more modern jazz 3s that have a smoother finish, and not that, I guess, the Tortex, whatever they may call those other ones. Just try to, after over years of doing it, just try to get it clean. You know? And it's good to maybe just play to records, play to solos, and just try to keep some type of time. Like in my head, I'm hearing just the time going. Or slow it down. Nice. All right. So doesn't GNR give people copyright strike for playing their songs on YouTube? Well, this is my cover version that I did a while back, and what happens is you don't get strikes, you'll get like a claim, YouTube claim, which means that's any how do you say that? Monetization, when you're monetization, can't speak today. Maybe I need more coffee. When you're monetizing these, what happens is they'll get the money for any ad revenue that you may get on watching commercials during this. Or I may get a little, but it's like a shared revenue. So it's not really even their version, it's my version of it. Like if I was to play their video, they may not even let me do it. And when I've been doing my shows, my new shows that I put out every Wednesday called What's the Hook, I've been using live versions of songs to kind of analyze it. Like last week I did, I did The Outfield, Your Love, and it's a live version. And actually for the first time ever, I had a video, it was blocked. They wouldn't let the public see it because I used the original video because I couldn't find a really good live video. And so I want to excuse my voice too. I've been singing my butt off the last few days, probably incorrectly, and so I'm a little dry. And so I wound up having to remake the whole video with a live video that I did, and that's what I just put out last week. So then you got another one coming out on Wednesday this week. So I'm really looking forward to that because I really enjoy doing those. And but I use live versions, and it doesn't seem to be really bad. And I'll get copyright claims, which is different than a strike. Strike is a bad thing. You could have all kinds of claims. What happens is they'll get the ad revenue, which is okay. I mean, they deserve it. It's their songs, their music. I'm just doing this because, I enjoy, music and teaching music and dissecting music. And it's all good. So, yeah, Jazz 3 picks are great. Maybe practicing singing fast metal songs while playing will help getting good sense of time. Yeah, well, any music that you're playing is good. It's good practice. This new format worked for me, was able to follow along a little bit easier. And good, thank you. Orpan, it's so cool. Hopefully I, did it some justice here, and go back and watch it again. Tune, because I know it's a drop tuning to E flat to half step down, so you might not have been prepared for that. So you can always go back and do that. Do it again. So, all right, so we'll wrap this up here today. And I just want to mention a few things before I do. That I do have the whole performance right here. You can check this out. I'll put a link in the description to see this performance that I did of the song. So you can play along with that, or you can play along with the real version, whatever you like to do. And remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. And I do have a guitar course called Essential Skills. Let's see how it looks over here on this page. It's right there, yeah. Like a little scrolling bar across the bottom, real fancy. And with my course, it's only $9.99. Well worth it. I go through 3 different topics. Fretboard memorization, where you memorize all the notes. Easiest way to memorize all the notes. Then I go to the circle of fifths, where really it's a great study of music, because in that circle of fifths is where all music lies, and different chord progressions and key changes. And then I go into a section of playing the blues. And I'm actually thinking of updating the course too with new sections. And so it's going to be a never-ending of just upgrading, but keeping it essential, like the real basics that you really need to get under your hands. Maybe I'll put something about picking exercises as a different part 4 of my essentials course. That's a great idea. I think I'll throw that in there, Ritesh. A nice picking, timing, metronome work. Get your timing going, because that's everything, even myself included. Listening back to yourself, recording yourself and listening back and critiquing yourself, man, you'll hear timing issues, pitch issues, bending issues, intonation issues. The best way to improve is to record yourself, listen to what's happening. The best way. So yeah, check out the course. I'll put a link in the description for the course if you're interested in that. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. And what else we want to see before we wrap up? Yeah, if you have any ideas of any songs that you want me to break down like this was fun. And be interested. Let me know in the comments section. Let me know right here before we wrap it up today. And let's see. I go live every Sunday, usually Sunday. Today's a special case because I was gone yesterday. So we did Monday today. But, you know, we like to stay consistent. If we can't do it on Sunday at 12, we'll do it Monday. If we can't do it Monday, we'll do it Tuesday. But we do it every week, and that's why I'm at 120. 120 straight weeks. So I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed with you for hanging in there with me for a couple years now. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Do I play classical? Well, I did a version of D from Randy Rhoads. That's about as classical as I get. And but check that out. I just released I did a shorts basically on, because Randy Rhoads, it was a like 41st anniversary of his passing, and so I thought, you know what, D was something that I always messed around with growing up, and I did a quick shorts on that. So check out my channel for D, and maybe I'll do a breakdown of how to play that. That would be cool if you're interested in that. And how to be a rich musician. Well, you know, you are a rich musician because it's rich in love and passion. If you could play guitar and make a living at playing guitar, or just playing and having fun and going out there and expressing yourself, that's being rich. But in a more literal way, as far as making money, that's a great idea too. That could be part 5 of the Essential Skills course. There's lots of ways to do it. Write a hit song, right? Don't give away your royalties. Be very good at what you do. Be exceptional at what you do and get great gigs, great paying gigs. Definitely ways to get rich. But getting rich shouldn't be the priority. It should be the love and the passion of what you're doing. And then the money and the chicks will follow. Well, I don't mean like women. I mean like the birds. Because they're sitting out. I don't know if you could hear them. Right outside my window. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. You are the best. Awesome. Got a bell. I got a bell too. So, be cool. Be kind, be cherry, and if you want to see this song in its entirety, you can play along with it. Check out the video right there to see Patience. I love yous, and we'll talk later. Have a good day, guys. Peace.